As we take a tour on Moses' farm, he is ecstatic on how his farm turned out after 20 years of hoping that something good will come out of his rocky farm.
These are hash. You can see them, they are very green and it is very dry season. They are normally attacked by diseases, but we apply non-chemical assistance like we call it wasps traps. The other thing that we do is I may go far ahead and make some smoke using green materials. That smoke is very heavy. I make sure that when the wind is blowing from east to west, I put the fire on the west. When that smoke passes here, then it chases away all the pests. And the end results are just as good as when you use pesticide. Where formerly it was a variety of fuete, and then we grafted it with hash. So that was an old stem, and then when this tree was being cut down, we removed it. Depending on the depth of lock, we normally make a hole diameter 2 or 2.5 feet, at a depth of 2.5 feet. Then I fill it with some dry materials, dry leaves. Then I apply soil mixed with some manure. Then I plant the tree. This is another area full of lock, and as you can see, this is where I have planted mango trees, and they are doing very well. The yield is very high, just like any other farm that has soil. And the funny thing about the trees that are on loamy or sandy soil is that they are very clean, very beautiful in color, and their juice is very sugary. It's very sweet.
As millions of people around the world are looking for healthier and organic foods, fruits are growing in demand both locally and globally. But finding a good market for your fruits depends on the quality of your harvest. When Moses started selling his produce, he had a big challenge of finding a consistent market and opted to sell the brokers who would buy the avocados at 2 shillings each. After a hassle and struggle with the price, he was introduced to an exporter by another farmer, and luckily enough, the exporting company loved the quality of his produce. Currently, he sells his avocado fruits at 70 shillings per kilo.
Before I was introduced to Mofam company, we had a lot of problems because this what we call blockers could hit on us. And they could even buy avocados at 2 bob, 3 shillings, and 4 shillings when they have gone very high. But at the moment I was now introduced to Mofam company, we are selling avocado at the cost of probably 13 shillings because it is 65 shillings per kg. That's the way we have been selling. And I tend to think it's a good price comparing to the way we are selling to the blockers at 2 bob or 3 shillings.
Besides working to reap a good income from avocado farming, Moses hopes to achieve the same from his mango trees. He has several varieties on his farm such as Kent, Apple Mango, and Vandike, which he aspires to have a direct market than consuming all at home and selling at a throwaway price when the fruiting season is at peak.
Apart from avocados, other fruit trees are mangoes. I have a number of mango trees. They are also planted on logs. Where there is pure soil, I don't plant anything. I just go where the logs are. I drill and then I plant. And they are doing good, equally to the avocados.
For a quick maturity rate of the avocados, they should be propagated from seedlings. Through grafting, farmers are able to improve variety by increasing its resistance to diseases and increasing its adaptability to different types of soils. At the base of his hilly farm, Moses has established a nursery bed where he does his own grafting of the avocado trees.
I discovered that I was learning at a loss when I used to buy these seedlings from those people who have made up their own nurseries. And so I decided to create one of my own. And then I had to face somebody who was doing the same. And I just found that it was a very simple job. The other thing that I really wanted to know, why should I put a zion that will take me about 1.5 years to grow, that the second year is the time I will start seeing flowers on that tree. And I thought, when you take the right zion and you graft it then by the time it will develop the first leaves, what will come out are the flowers. And so I'm sure that an avocado tree can take less than a year for you to start harvesting, depending on the zion that you are grafting that particular tree. When it is mature enough, by the time it starts growing, then what will sprout out is the flowers and not the leaves. Sometimes the flowers and the leaves comes at the same time, especially when I did this small nursery. And in mid-June, that is the time the avocado plants, trees were preparing to produce flowers. So I take zion that was ready to produce flowers in July and August. So when I graft it, actually it produced the flowers and some leaves. And this is evidence that this is exactly what happens.
With this nursery bed, Moses has been able to break the narrative of waiting for 2 years for his avocados to produce, and instead they started flowering and fruiting between 6 to 13 months.
I have got a few trees of hash avocados. So that this is the place where I got those designs from my own trees that have been approved.
Fruits such as avocados and mangoes can grow on different landscapes and different soils, provided the farmer does good cultivation and proper land preparation practices. Just like Moses manipulated his hilly farm, a farmer can modify their farm for high yields.
This is the kind of a business that I wanted to venture in, and I wanted to develop, not only me, myself, even the people who are allowed. And I just want to tell people that even in logs, trees can do better than in the ordinary soil. Call it loam soil or the clay soil, they can do better. As you can see, it is evident that they are doing better.
As we wind up on Moses' farm, he shares nuggets of wisdom, especially on fruit production and organic farming.
There is no piece of land that is wasted. Where there are logs, we plant fruits in the form of trees. That is avocados and mangoes.
Just as we have seen from Moses' farm, it doesn't matter how your farm's landscape looks like, but in what way you maximize your farm. In fruit farming, a farmer can make the best of any farm situation, provided there is a source of enough water for your crops and a good market to sell your produce. Thank you for staying tuned to Fresh and Fruity. For some more insights on agribusiness practices, keep it KTN Farmers TV. You can also share your feedback on our SMS platform 22071 and on our social media pages at Farm Kenya.